Charlene, I'm really excited about today's show. You know why?
Oh, I can probably guess, but why don't you go ahead and tell them?
Certainly. We're visiting some cool places around Central Ohio, which is what we do on Columbus Neighborhoods, but we're also going on a food adventure, two of my favorite pastimes.
It's the perfect twofer.
Right.
So, where are we headed first?
First, we're headed to the Hamburger Inn Diner in Delaware, which is a cool town to begin with. Producer George Levert heads over there now to see or taste for himself.
Rob, I want to ask you a few questions about the Hamburger Inn.
Of course.
We'll dive in and talk about a little bit of the history first. I saw on one of the websites it said, "Our history makes us proud." Let's talk a little bit about the history of the Hamburger Inn.
Well, the history, just to let you know, I've recently taken over here, but the history runs deep. All the way back to 1932, it's when it became a continuous restaurant. Before then, it was a restaurant called the Senate that offered 25-cent meals. And I think at that beginning stage, it started to become a staple in the community. The building was built in 1818. I also heard a couple stories where there's tunnels in the basement. There were 3 tunnels that led from one, and that was to help the Underground Railroad for people coming up to free them and move them safely at night. At the very beginning, this building was a little narrow. They just had one counter where there was 12 seats. And the story was, as you came in, you would sit and wait for the last seat. And then as someone left, everybody would pick their plate up and move it down.
Yeah.
And they would kind of rotate to allow the new customer to come in.
Okay.
So it was kind of like an assembly moving line.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore.
No, you don't.
You don't see that anywhere. Being a new owner to the Hamburger Inn, I was advised just a couple things. Number one, I cannot touch or replace this countertop. If this countertop could tell stories, we would be all sitting here for quite a long time. The second thing everybody likes is the stools. The stools, it's just that diner feel that people really have grasped onto.
When you come in here, you're going to make friends because you're going to sit close and tight in here.
Right.
What makes this place tick? What's special about the Hamburger Inn? There's all kinds of restaurants around. What makes this place special?
The history of the Hamburger Inn is someplace where, even when I get it all today, that they remember coming in when they were a kid. They remember coming in with their grandparents. They remember even when they could barely even read or write, but they somehow remember this countertop. And it was a good meeting place back then. Something else happened where they started a coffee club here at the Hamburger Inn. One of the founding members, he's 89 years old, and he still comes in every morning for coffee. And what the coffee club does, they come in, they don't pay for their coffee every day, they pay for it once a week and kind of chat about the day's news. And then once a year, they come together and bring together a collection, and they give all the servers a nice little tip that's, quite large in order to kind of help them out through the Christmas time.
Sure.
They've been coming here for over 70 years. And we still have about 10 to 15 people that show up every morning. Even though we open at 7, they're here at 6:30, but they're ready for coffee. Most of them are retired and still just like coming in. I think the camaraderie of seeing people you go to school with, people you go to church with, I think coming in and sitting down, people feel very comfortable sitting close to each other. I think just the legacy of the family stories is what really makes this place special, because people who met at college at OWU, people who met at church, they sometimes split ways, but the Hamburger Inn brings them back when they come back to visit Delaware.
What made you take on this endeavor? What made you come in and take on the Hamburger Inn?
Yeah, I got into it because I love the passion to taking care of people. I love to feed people. Although the menu's the same, I have my own little secrets that I try to do to impress people, to invite them back. I've always been enamored with diners. I've always been on vacations. You kind of like to find that greasy spoon, you know, that one where that one guy is working his butt off on the flat top to feed everybody. And that attracts me to this place. The fact that we do all of our own baking, I think is tremendous.
We came in this morning, we were greeted with one of these cinnamon rolls.
Yes.
Man, I've never had a cinnamon roll like that. How does that fit into when you speak of a place that does hamburgers and breakfasts like these? A cinnamon roll is not really something that people think of. How did you incorporate a cinnamon roll?
Well, I think they did originally because they really got into, not only was this place a restaurant, but it was also considered a bakery. So they did pies and cakes and the cinnamon rolls, and they would have gravies for sale. I believe that it incorporated that cinnamon roll because I can't tell you the secret, but
Okay.
there is something special about it that's different than everybody else's. And what that does is it puts that taste in your mouth that you don't forget, and it drives you to come back.
Yeah. I've heard that you have a special place in history here, a special distinction about this restaurant.
We do. From what we've been told, and from a lot of the people that have been around that long, we very much could be the oldest diner in Ohio. If anybody has evidence to that, I would definitely love to see it.
I want to ask you about the future. What is the future 10 years down the line? You see yourself here? You see it still the same
Well, I
way?
definitely see myself here. I definitely see us reaching out and being just as large as before, involved with the community, involved with the public. I have a couple neat ideas I'm looking forward to getting involved with next year. Things that hopefully it just mimics what the reputation of this diner has been to the locals. I don't plan on changing anything dramatically. I just want to get in and give back to what everybody's given to this place over the years. I'm not trying to reinvent the restaurant. I'm trying to just carry on something that was very carefully put together over many decades. And I just want to preserve that. I want people to remain contained and hold those memories they had, knowing that they can come back here.
Rob, I hope you're still doing well and doing the same thing you're doing now for another 90 years.
I plan on it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, that made me really hungry. And it's so interesting that the Hamburger Inn claims to be the oldest diner in Ohio.
Well, Charlene, we wanted to find out if that could be proven, so our producers asked the folks over at the Columbus Metropolitan Library to look into it.
So, is it?
We're not going to reveal that yet. Before we do, we wanted to take another quick food adventure over to a food truck on the west side of Columbus.
Okay, so we have to wait for the answer. Okay, well, I do love a good food truck, so I guess that's okay for now.
I promise we'll have an answer right after this.
Can't wait.
Well, hopefully you guys will love all the smells that are gonna come out of this grill. Yeah, here's the next one. Plum center made.
Oh, right. I love the jarritos.
Amazing.
I know. Thank you. Hey,
absolutely.
thanks for meeting up
Absolutely.
today.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome. Okay, so we're here on the west side of Columbus, off of Broad Street, in front of the Westland Mall, and we are at the taco shop.
Yes.
And you are?
I'm Angel Cruz.
Yes, Angel, so wonderful to meet you here today. I want you to tell me about this business.
Absolutely. So this business was started back in 2009 by my mom. We started off at the corner of the food truck or this flea market and a small little hot dog stand. And we started off basically selling small tacos. We didn't get introduced to these big tacos that we sell now that are really popular until maybe 2 years ago.
So your mom is from Oaxaca.
My mom is from Oaxaca. It's Distrito de Cimatlán and our pueblito San Bernardo Mixtepec. So basically, Oaxaca is a big city, and then there's little outstanding, like little towns basically around. And where we come from is Valles Centrales, which is basically like central area of Oaxaca. When I went to Oaxaca, when I started to become more of age really, at age 15, we went back to Oaxaca, and I had more of an inspiring moment there when I realized, you know, what people have there compared to what we have here.
Are you talking about ingredients? What are they,
Ingredients,
though?
the fresh, the local, it's really something that we can't really easily get here. And if we do get it, it's very expensive, you know? So what we've done, you know, when I went back there, my grandma showed me, I was like, hey, look, we have this there, this. And we still began to make like a little garden at home. And so that's how we're able to produce a lot of our fresh stuff that we use here at the food truck. So these are gonna be the empanadas. I'm gonna make 2 empanadas right now. One's gonna be mushroom and one is gonna be pumpkin squash.
It's so funny because empanadas are different. And
Yeah, so-
people sometimes think of like the enclosed.
The enclosed ones, yeah. So a lot of people, you know, since we've been kind of expanding out more than just a Hispanic community, so we have like people from Venezuela, Colombia, and other places where the empanadas are sealed basically, and they're deep fried, but not ours. In Oaxaca, we call the empanadas from the corn ones. A lot of people that come, I have to explain, well, it's a empanada or a quesadilla, and they're like, oh, well, we know a quesadilla. Quesadilla are usually flour.
Yeah, so that's like the difference. They're like, it's not quite quesadilla. Those are big empanadas.
Yeah, they're pretty hefty. That's why I recommend one if you're really hungry too, for anybody who wants to try. Usually the most popular ones are the pumpkin squash when it's available or in the season.
There's a lot of different Latin American restaurants
Yeah,
in this
there's-
part of Columbus, which I mean, people might not know about.
Yeah, so there's a lot of, at least here on the west side, you know,
Yeah.
the Hispanic community is very strong out here. So being out here on the west side, it really has impacted a lot of how we manage our food truck and the diversity we try to offer. A lot of people, you know, we've had a lot more American people come out to us, and then the Hispanics are coming out more as well, knowing that now we have offer something that brings them back home, you know. And that's what I always go with, like something that will bring you, you know, closer to home is what I go for. So with the food truck, I try to keep it authentic and as root to Oaxaca as possible, basically.
When people come to your truck, is there like a most popular sort of dish?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, right now, what we started off back in like 2018 was the big taco. So it's about maybe 6 inches like long. It's rolled up and it comes in refried beans, cheese, and meat. And what stands out is the handmade tortilla. So it's really thin, maybe like 2 millimeters thick of the tortilla.
Can you tell me about working with family?
Yeah,
the
so-
highs and lows, you know?
So absolutely, you know, when I was about 12 years old, I wasn't introduced into the food truck, so I hated being here, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. I hated being here, especially because I had a lot of friends here that, you know, would just play around. So while my mom was busy at the food truck in the old trailer, I'd just come and I'd snatch like $1 or $2 from the tip jar and go play games. So there was a big incident that happened where my mom got shoulder injury, and it kind of like pushed me into, I have to get into the food truck. You know, I have to provide for my mom and help her out. So that kind of pushed me into the food truck, and I began to do the tortillas on my own. So I started to make them, and you know, first time it wasn't the best, you know, nor the second one, but with my mom's guide, she was able to guide me through and how to make everything. So once I started to realize, I was like, hey, this could be improved, this could be improved, I slowly started to take over the business, basically. She's still here on Saturdays and Sundays, but not as much as she used to. So she let me more go on my own, basically. So I put my own spin onto the food, and it's been amazing. And with Mama Maria being around, it also helps a lot because there's a lot of things that I improve, basically. For example, just for the beans, basically, that we use here. A lot of people just use, you know, put them on the fire and call it a day. But we have to add a lot more other things, more ingredients that just gives it that pop. That's like, wow, well, this, I can taste the difference, you know. So it's definitely just little aspects of working with my mom and Mama Maria that definitely helps a lot.
So what does your mom think of how far the truck has come?
So, you know, we've been talking actually, last month we sat down and had like a conversation, and she's really proud of how far this truck has come out, especially with the Hispanic community and the American outreach, basically, that, you know, other people that are not familiar, or they're familiar with the just small tacos, the little street style tacos, the Mexican cilantro and onion. I've had a lot of people come here and they're like, well, isn't this Mexican food? I'm like, yeah, it is, but it's true to Oaxaca. It's true to the roots of Oaxaca. I love it. It just represents, every time I'm out here, it's, you know, something that I love to do. And I don't look at it as a job. It's more like I'm serving my community, basically.
So you're not taking $2 from the tip
No,
jar and
not
playing games
anymore.
anymore?
No,
Okay.
not anymore.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I love doing it, and it's amazing. I love to see, you know, people smile when they eat the food.
Angel, thank you so much for being out here with me today on the west side.
Absolutely.
Great, thank you.
Well, Charlene, I'm staying true to my word. Are you ready to find out if the Hamburger Inn is the oldest diner in Ohio?
Yes.
Okay, Aaron O'Donovan over at the Columbus Metropolitan Library has that answer.
All right, then let's find out.
We were asked the question whether the Hamburger Inn in Delaware was the oldest diner in Ohio. And when I first got the question, I thought, well, it's probably not the oldest diner. There's got to be something older than that, right? I started looking into it just to see if it was in fact was true. My first research led me to the oldest restaurant in Ohio, which is the Golden Lamb, which is in Lebanon, Ohio. It's still there at South Broadway Street, and it's been there since 1803. And it's one of the oldest restaurants in the whole United States. Then that got me thinking about the concept of diners. What was interesting about the first diners in Ohio were that they were in fact just dining cars from old trains. And those lasted basically until the dining car rusted out. So what you then have a change in is you start seeing brick and mortar diners start existing. And this is where places like the Hamburger Inn come in. So researching not only maybe dining cars that survived that were placed in city blocks, but also brick and mortar diners, where were they and how long did they last? The main thing I was interested in is trying to figure out if the diner was in the same location for its entirety of its run, and that's what my research was based on. Just searching the Hamburger Inn wasn't that easy because there were in fact 12 Hamburger Inns in Ohio throughout the years. The Puckett's Hamburger Inn, which was later renamed to the original Hamburger Inn in Circleville, was founded in 1930, but it moved sometime before 1986 to another address. So that left the Hamburger Inn in Delaware to be a little bit older. The original Hamburger Inn had a quadruple cheeseburger that people would challenge, they would try to eat it. There was a Hamburger Inn in Plain City that was built in 1940. And these other Hamburger Inns built in Columbus, Urbana, Bellefontaine, these were all 1940s diners, and then some others in the 1950s in southern Ohio. The other spots that are significantly older diners are the Coney Island Diner in Mansfield, which was built in 1919, but it did move in 1936. There was an old restaurant called the Kewpie, which is considered sort of a diner, and that was in Lima, Ohio. And they actually did have an older building, but it did burn down and they actually had to rebuild. This is the original Kewpie that would have predated the Hamburger Inn, but it was torn down for a newer building. So this is the 1928 building, and this is the 1936 building for Kewpie. Definitely a little bit newer than the Hamburger Inn in Delaware, which opened in 1932. And then just a couple other diners that I saw in Columbus through the years. There was a place called the Dinabel Diner in Columbus, which was built in 1927 at 2020 North High Street. Again, that closed a long, long time ago. It only existed for a few years. So we had the Campus Diner, which makes sense. Diner food is popular in college towns. So in 1928, there was a campus diner at 1842 North High around the campus area. And again, that closed within a few years. The other early ones that I saw were in Marion, Hamilton Diner in Cleveland, and Shady Lawn Diner in Mansfield. So some of these early diners just didn't last very long. Right down the street from the Hamburger Inn was Bun's Restaurant, which was built in 1864, way older than the Hamburger Inn, which was built in 1932. And they were pretty much right next to each other, but unfortunately, Bun's burned down in 2002. And ultimately, what I found was that Hamburger Inn, they may in fact be the oldest diner in Ohio. I can't say 100% that is true, but it's definitely plausible. And if I were to hedge my bets, I would say it probably is the oldest diner in Ohio that was in the same location and the same building since its inception.
I gotta ask the question first. Is it bologna or bologna?
Bologna.
How much goes out per day?
We average 1,000 to 1,200 pounds a week.
What makes it so good?
Cheese, pickle, and onion, in that order.
In that order. When did this all start?
George and Roy started in June of '62. George Jacobs and Roy Klingel. My wife and I and another couple bought it in November 1st of '85. George and Roy actually had wings at the beginning. And then all of a sudden, George came up with this bologna recipe, and he went with the bologna. Ohio is the bologna capital, I guess, and it took off after that.
Where do you get your bologna?
It's a big meat packing firm in Columbus. Man, I can tell you, it's Falters. You can't buy it anywhere else but here.
So if I want this fried bologna, then I need to come here
Correct.
to Waldo to get it. Okay.
Nobody can use GNR.
Looks good, smells good. I like to try it. Can we taste test it?
Let's go.
All right. Whoa.
Oh
This
my
is it.
goodness, here we go.
This is it. This is what I've been waiting for. Thank you. So, Brian, this is the famed bologna sandwich.
This is it.
I noticed back there you have coconut cream pie, banana cream pie. Who makes those?
My daughter makes those.
Your daughter makes those.
Yeah, she comes in at 5 o'clock in the morning to prepare those.
So this is kind of a family run.
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
And this
yeah.
That's the way you kind of set it up in the
Yeah.
beginning. Why'd you do that?
Well, Wallo's a village of 300, 350 max, and I always wanted to make this a family restaurant. I wanted to see women, kids. So my wife and I, my daughter, and I've got my son-in-law's the night manager. And I've got grandkids working in here, so it's family, family, family. We all work to make Waldo a better place to live.
So everybody comes here and gets this fried bologna sandwich with the pickles, sweet pickles, and the cheese.
Cheese,
And onion.
pickle, and onion.
And I'm going to try it right now.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
let's see what it tastes like. Be my first time. Thumbs up on that. That's good. It's great. One of the things I'm tasting is the sweet pickle against the fried bologna, the garlic fried bologna.
The garlic, yeah.
Yeah, is that by design?
Yes.
And you do taste the cheese on there, so they all work together. And I'm sounding like I'm a food critic, but it's very, very good. It tastes very, very good. And I think it tastes sweet pickles versus any dill pickles. Where do these sweet pickles come from? Because they don't taste just like out of a jar.
But this is the only place you can get them. They're called Secklers. That's the brand name, and they make the sandwich. They really do make the sandwich.
It all works together for a great sandwich. Can you imagine yourself doing anything else?
No,
Anything different?
No. My wife loves this. She loves greeting people, meeting people, and taking care of people. And this is her dream. And if it's her dream, it's my dream.
Okay.
And it's our kids' dream. So
Okay.
This is it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I found this photo in the collection, and it was smashed in between several images of a parade that they attended for the Kiwanis in Chicago in 1920. And I thought, oh, this is probably a property in Chicago. And so I did a little bit of research, couldn't find much on it. And then I contacted the Chicago Public Library and said, have you ever seen this image? And they're like, no. So I thought, well, let me look at this a little bit closer. And then I saw the Washington beer in the background and remembered that there was a Washington brewery here in Columbus. Realized, oh, Vernon Grill, Mount Vernon Avenue. So put the pieces together. And this is an image of Mount Vernon Avenue sometime in the 30s. So then I was looking at another image from the collection and had no clue where it was or what it was, and got to looking and noticed in the other photo there was a car sitting there with a spare tire. There are building jacks in the photograph, in both photographs. And I looked at the placement of those, and then I looked at the door frame, and I went, this is a picture of across the street from the other image that we have. What is fascinating about this is we rarely get really good photos of Columbus during this time period, let alone an image of one across the street from the other.
Thanks for being with us, and remember, you can catch all of our episodes on YouTube or columbusneighborhoods.org.
Plus, see our stories on the WOSU mobile app. And you can follow us on social media. We'll see you back here next week on Columbus Neighborhoods.